it's like Ciarfox, I really have to switch around some things. Yeah, alright. Hey! I'm back! Woo! Okay, plan. Amazing thing plans are. Yes, cat. You do exist. I do love you. And I'm doing the astrology. I mean, I do hope on starting the Manderville stuff. Wants attention. Real quick, want to do a few other things before we do the Manderville thing. It involves me biting the bullet and doing some more of the lower side quest stuff. Well, the classes that... Actually, no, I'm just gonna put it off. As you do, you know. Let me at least get the... Start up the general question, the quest for this, and then we'll move over to the Manderville quest, which are... I can also do the samurai quest while I'm at it, since it's in that general area anyways. Oh right, I was also gonna do the firmament! Workers for the firmament reconstruction project. In small letters it continues. Let it be known that large-scale reconstruction work aimed at revitalizing the holy see of Ishgard has been approved by the Houses of Lords and Commons. Selected as the principal site for the project is the firmament district, which sustained extensive damage during the war. Willing, able hands are sought to contribute to the reconstruction regardless of birth or origin. For those skilled in gathering from the land, those adept at creating with their hands. The project's needs are great and diverse. Contributions will not go unrewarded. Interested parties are invited to present themselves at the firmament. The broom's down here. Yeah, I was just saying. Wander down here. I arrived! Well met, friend. Answering the call of the firmament, are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Wait, I know you. You're the savior Ishgard. I mean, I am somebody. Yes. Are you saying that you will contribute to the reconstruction project? Of course! It helps me level up without having to worry too much about the... keeping my bake space small. Oh, gathering things. To think that a fabled hero such as you would help want to rebuild our city. We are grateful beyond words. Just one trifling matter. Do you perchance possess a work permit? God damn it. It's a requirement for non-Ishgardians, you see. Is that so? As I recall, you're a ward of the House of Fortemps. In that case, perhaps an exception can be made. Alas, I don't have the authority to make such a decision. Well, I do, and I believe that permit can be overlooked in her case. Hi, you! You're alive! I mean, I figured you'd be alive, but I mean, we're alive! Lord Overseer, you grace us again. Greetings, friend. It's been quite a while indeed. I shouldn't have been surprised if you've forgotten me. Yeah, I kind of remember you. I didn't remember your name exactly, but I remember saving you from, you know, doing something stupid. Of course, I have forgotten you. Especially with the Inquisitor. I swear you were wearing red the last time we talked, I think, or am I mistaking? Honored that I am that you should remember me. Much and more has happened since we first met, not least of all the war's end and Ishgard's transformation. Feels like an age ago you and Horshahan saved me from a heretic's fate. You've proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect you to go on to save our entire nation. I mean, that tends to be the main protagonist thing. You are a hero to us all, and no amount of words could express my gratitude. No, only through action can I begin to repay the debt. Yet here I am wanting to rebuild things for you. Thus I did resolve to do my part for Ishgard, that I might honor those noble souls who risked life and limb to protect the nation, souls such as you and Lord Hossafont. And so, when the Overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. It was by no means unanimous, but the Fury saw fit to see me elected to the office, honored as I am for this opportunity to serve the nation, and to redeem the House Hillionaires' good name. Owing to the contribution of the artisans hailing from far and wide, we have accomplished the goal of rebuilding the district. However, we are still short-handed in the area of administration. On account of being I've been performing such odd tasks as I could, which brings me here today. As a matter of fact, I'm about to go and survey our citizens in order to learn what they envision for the firmament. If you can spare a moment, might I have the pleasure of your company? Well traveled as you are, your opinion would be of great interest to me. I believe the folk will be more willing to share their thoughts with you. I don't know why. You have my gratitude. Without further ado, let us take ourselves to the Crown Jewel Crows. We're bound to find a diverse set of people there. It's not, trying to figure out what voice I want to do for Hildegard. Yes, this should be a suitable spot. Join as the survey makes to several minutes. You may cancel and print it. Okay. A lot of reading then. Cool. Oh, we got named people. Hi, Hilda! Well, I come here to get supplies for the watch, and what should I find but a familiar face? Well, I mean, to be fair, people who own the shops tend to have the same faces. Since they own it. If that ain't a pretty lad you got with you, Ishnai, and a highborn besides, you've done well for yourself. Oh, what it looks like. I'm just teasing, is all. Eddie Road, it's good to see you, my friend. What brings you here? Lady Hilda, your reputation precedes you. As you are aware, approval was recently passed for the restoration of the firmament, in order to build a district that best serves its residents. We would know what good citizens such as yourself envision for it. Would you not share with us your thoughts? Ah, so you're the one they appointed overseer. Well then, you won't mind if we speak freely. Now, this ain't hardly revolutionary, but I want the firmament to be a place where we can all make an honest living, where a man works hard enough he can have a roof over his head and food in his belly. Might be as the war's over, but a lot of us are the struggle still continues the same as before. Sort of struggle of blue bloods will never know. Remember, Ishgard doesn't belong only to the high and holy now. If the nation is to prosper, all of her citizens need to prosper. must be getting on, but if you need guards, feel free to send word. If the coin's fair, I reckon we can come to an arrangement. What kind of pants are those? I mean, there's Lord Braladin. I heard he's traveled the realm in his capacity as a consulting inspector, but appears he's returned to Ishgard. I mean, I've worn pants like that. It just feels odd to look at it while in this game. What is this time? One moment, good inspector. I had a moment, sorry. If an inspector you seek, you shan't find one more comparable. Indeed, you could do worse, far worse. Lord Varden, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Francel the Hellenaire. I have the honor of overseeing the reconstruction of the firmament. It is known that you are intimately familiar with all the city-states of Eorzea, and I should be much obliged for your insights. On your expert opinion, what is the one thing you believe the firmament needs the most? If the district is to thrive, it must have a thriving economy. As I have often observed in my travels, the flow of goods and people is as lifeblood to a city and should be encouraged. Ishgard has long been insular, but recent changes present a great opportunity. Given the right planning, I am hopeful ours might become a nation where no citizen lives in want. I bid you the very best in your endeavors, and should you have a need for my investigative prowess, do not hesitate to call upon me, by your leave. If I start with ho there, oh boy, he's gonna start with old girl back, and I want to murder him. Fair play. He did also go with the old girl. Yes, I was wondering when you'd notice me. Ever a pleasure to see you, old girl. I'm gonna murder you, I swear! If it is my dear Lord Francel, how fares your lovely sister? Has she perchance spoken of me of late? If Lynette has spoken of you, I fear it's not been in our conversations. Now, if I may change the subject, Lord Emmanuel, you will have heard that the restoration of the firmament has commenced. Is there aught you envision for the district? What I envision? I can't say I've given it much thought. Well, what with the war finally coming to an end, what is in order is not festivities. Yes, make the firmament into a festive place, I say. A place where one and all may engage in revelry each and every day. Beg your pardons, my lord, but I believe Lord Francel seeks a more specific and, dare I say, constructive. I mean, there could be places like parks or something like that. No, the advice comes from the heart, and I shall take it to heart. You have my gratitude, Lord Emmanuel. Always a pleasure to aid fellow men. Now, then, we must be on our way. Take care, Ishnai, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. I would say, there's a lot of things that I do that you wouldn't do, so... Oh, and Lord Francel, do send my fondest regards to your sister. Tell her how very helpful I was. Yes, that's good. You do not want him as a brother-in-law. You don't want him as a brother-in-law. I dare say we have spoken to enough people. Shall we continue surveying, review what we've learned? But I mean, there should be areas for festivities, like saying just general, like, outdoor, like, small party areas, like, Place for kids to play. Thanks to your presence, we were able to hear a diverse variety of opinions. Each one has merit. The question is whether the visions can be made reality. No, no, no. Such pessimism will not serve. I must have faith and try my earnest best. Now, for all this talk of the firmament, you haven't yet seen it, have you? Care to inspect it with me? I'll be there for a while hence. Please join me at your leisure. Thumbling by the entrance will show you the district. Oh, and when you see the man, would you mind giving him this? 'Tis a bone-chilling work, standing there as he does, and does little to keep him warm. Could be easily handled it to him for sure, but that would be all more warming coming from the savior of Ishgard. With that, I shall go ahead. See you at the firmament, my friend. Oh, they know how to make friends better than I know how to make friends. Because you're a bit autistic and don't understand how to make friends. Therefore, here, take this gift so you can give it to this other guy. They'll like you better, right? That's how that works, right? Welcome back, my lady. Will you be heading to the firmament? Mulled wine. From the Lord Overseer, you say? He truly is too kind. Before I began working under Lord Francel, I thought as little of highborns as I assumed they thought of us commoners. But my lord not only treats everyone as equals, he shows kindness to everyone. And to receive this gift from the hands of the savior of Ishgard herself, I'm touched beyond words. Thank you, my lady. I shall enjoy the wine when I find a quiet moment. Now I believe that Lord Francel is expecting you in the firmament. Just say the word and I'll show you through. I can't remember if I played up to the point with the firmament. There you are, Ishnai. Bid you welcome to the firmament. You can see the rebuilding itself is complete. This is but the beginning, and we must now turn our attention to running of the district. We haven't much more to do, but speaking to the people have stroked the fires of my determination. I'm gonna make the firmament into a vibrant, thriving district where highborn and lowborn alike may live side by side in harmony. You know, it's like if I were to say the task does not daunt me. There's a limit to what I can achieve, especially when given House Hollidaire's diminished influence. Have I come at a bad time? Count Edmond. What do we have the honor? Lest you forget, I am Count de Fortemps, no more. Just a retired old man. And for my presence here, Edmond reported Ishnai was in Ishgard, and I thought it'd make a social call. I love that Ishnai, Ishgard, God. Good thing I don't have to say it very often together in a sentence. Like, you might forgive my eavesdropping, but it seems the reconstruction project is not immune to the uncertainty that has accompanied our nation's transition into a republic. Ishnai, I'm given to understand that other nations have established residential districts for adventurers to use. Is this true? Yes, I've heard of such places. Districts specifically for adventurer use, or they might possess their own abode. Intriguing. What is it? The truth is, our nation is divided by a gulf. While the redistribution of wealth may go some ways to closing this gulf, it shall not lead to true independence for the masses. We must ask ourselves, in this new age in which we live, what role should everyone each of us play. In pondering this dilemma, I believe we may draw inspiration from adventurers in their independent lives. Independent lives, if we were to translate this into the firmament, might not assume the form of self-administration. It seems you have found a spark. In which case, this old man's rambling have served their purpose. I pray for your success, Lord Francel. Your words are a beacon in the dark, my lord. Thank you. Well, Ishnai seems to be occupied at present. We'll leave you to your tasks, but next we meet, I hope to be regaled with your recent adventures. As ever, our Fortons manor is at your disposal should you need a rest. See, the thing is, however, unless like the housing around here is used like a timeshare or something, I don't see the actual usage beyond the economy too much. By the fact that if it's by adventurers who won't be here all the time. Yes, forgive me for the wait. Yes, I permit me to introduce you to Ogbert. Formerly an engineer of our house. He now serves as the project chief's foreman. It's thanks to his leadership on site I was able to focus my energies on the administrative aspects of the reconstruction. Francis told me all about you, Ishnai. First you saved the whole bleeding nation, now you're helping us rebuild brick by brick. What can I say except it's great to have you on board. If you have any questions about the work, I'll be happy to field them. Just save the tedious stuff like the budget for Francel. Eh? Good! I don't do numbers well. Thinking of which, if you could spare another moment, my friend, I would like to consult you on some administrative matters. Me? Why are you looking at me? Did you not hear me about math? With all the little tasks demanding my time, I cannot always be present on site. I'll endeavor to visit as much as possible. I hope to see you often too. Access the firmament. Teleport for the tribute research. Okay. Item. Explanation is in order. First things I want to talk about the Sky Builders board. Most of what's written here is for newcomers, though I reckon it never hurts for even veterans to take a look from time to time. Besides that, we try and keep a record of our progress to date. That might guide us going forward. Now then, let's talk about the work itself. The main thing we need our artisans is to provide us with supplies. On the topic, I reckon it's quicker if you speak to Potkin over there. Run along and introduce yourself to him. Hi, Potkin. Did your parents hate you to name you this? My lady Ishnai, the chief foreman mentioned you'd be helping us. It's my pleasure to explain the work to you. Though the reconstructive efforts itself is complete, we remain in need of supplies for maintenance, upkeep of the firmament. The items you donated will be put in use for building inspection and repair, as well as to provide necessary service for all that call the district home. Items you wish to donate can be brought to myself. Feel free to ask any time of what we seek. Naturally, you'll be rewarded for your contributions. Depending on the item, we'll present you with an amount of Sky Builders scripts. Oh, and I should mention that we've introduced an incentive to provide additional incentive and excitement to the collaborators, such as your good self. So they did keep the Kupo fortune thing. Okay. You. Gun. Stamp on the voucher. Doing spectral prize. I don't love your hat. If you're interested in Kupo nuts, I'm afraid I cannot assist, but if you're interested in Kupo of Fortune, come to the right place, Kupo. Oh god. Please. Each Kupo Fortune card, there's 4x. Each depicting a treasure chest, courtesy of our movable friends. Play scratch open. Well, something for first to 4. Congratulations. A B-list item shown on the prize list is yours, but be fairly warned, the ferocious beast lies in the wait of the hapless treasure hunters. Should you find a griffin instead, you might console yourself with a consolation prize. Now for important details. Chest on the left only holds second, third, and fourth prize, meaning while you cannot win the first prize, neither will there be dangerous of finding the griffin. The 3 chests on the right, meanwhile, can hold any of the 4 prizes as well as the griffin, meaning you'll have a chance to reach the richest rewards. You may walk away with the planetary prize. Change each time you play. Cast. I don't care. Done? Am I done? No, wait, it's the script guy. Welcome, my lady. You honor us not only with your presence, but your contribution besides. Now, you may have heard that contributing to the cause earns you Skybuilder scripts. These may be bought here to exchange for a selection of wares. We endeavor to expand the range of items offered, and that we may continue to attract contributors, even now that the reconstruction effort has been completed. Aside from donating items, you may also earn scripts by bringing materials gathered at the diadem. Have you been informed about these perchance? If not, Floor Plaza has been able to furnish you with particulars. Meanwhile, I look forward to seeing how many scripts running everywhere. Wait. All the way over there. All the way over there! Commander. Now, lady, what an honor. How does it may serve you? You have in mind to employ your gathering skills for the benefit of the restoration effort, you say? Marvelous, marvelous. It shall be my pleasure to provide you with an explanation of our work. As you're doubtless aware, the firmament's reconstruction demands a veritable mountain of materials. In order to meet this need, it decided that we'd harness the diadem's abundance of resources. Able gatherers such as yourself may venture forth in the island and bring back materials to be used in the firmament's reconstruction. Given the nature of the isles, however, we must make certain that materials found there are not, shall we say, tainted before we put them to use. To the end, we ask you to bring all the items you have gathered to my inspection. Those items that are deemed safe will return to you with the seal of approval. Lest you wonder, yes, fish are also subject to inspection. By your puzzled expression, I see you struggle to fathom what use restoration effort has for fish. Food? Yes, you see, the fish that inhabit the diadem are known to consume unusual things. And through inspection, we determine whether a creature holds the resource in its belly. Once this is confirmed, you may help yourself to the bounty with a quick spot of desynthesis. Now then, you're sure curious what you stand together for the troubles. In recognition of the dangers of the diadem, we offer Skybuilder scraps as ways recompensance. Furthermore, all materials you find are yours to do with as you please. For whether you choose to sell them to crafters or craft with them yourselves, they will ultimately benefit the construction. That concludes my explanation. If you're in mind to travel to the diadem, pray present yourself to Lord beside me to further information. Ah, my lady Ishnai, you welcome. I take it you have received an overview of our part in the restoration effort. Shall be my pleasure to appraise you all of the details. As you are doubtless aware, the diadem is a land where the aether is in constant flux. This phenomenon gives rise to an ever-changing environment, but there has been one constant. It is that the Isles have always teemed with savage creatures. Yet, when I recently journeyed there to investigate a change in the aether, what should I find but this population of dangerous fauna has markedly decreased? Never has it been easier to avail ourselves of the diadem's bounty. Seeing the potential for this development to benefit Ishgard, I present this discovery to our nation's leaders, who wasted no time to designate the islands as official foraging grounds for the restoration project. And now we seek those verses in the fields of foraging to travel to the diadem and bring back resources needed for the firmament's construction. Lest you worry that pickaxes, hatchets, and fishing rods provide poor protection against those creatures that still lurk the isles, never fear, we have measures to keep our valuable volunteers safe. Behold, the etheric augur, conceived by none other than my lord brother Davinian. This ingenious contraption is a marvel of personal protection and resource procurement. Permit me to explain. As you know, the owls of Diadem are replete with aether. The auger gradually absorbs it as you go about your foraging. Once you have sufficient aether stored, you may unleash a compressed blast of it against a hapless fiend, and presto, the creature is now bound to your resource. And there you have it. Armed with the auger, we ask that you gather and bring resources back from the Diadem. It shouldn't be simpler. But to think that my lord brother's creation could benefit my venture, which in turn serves to aid the efforts of our younger brother, all for the benefit of our nation. Proud am I call myself Halinair. But come, my friend, we shouldn't dally. When honor and glory await, let us set forth to the Diadem at once, is what I would say, but for the sake of formality, I'm required to introduce you to someone. Behind you go forth to the kitchen, there stands Lord Ludovant. Hailing from a long line of scholars, the man is gifted for numbers and changed with tallying skyward scores. If you mind to lend us your do well to speak. Why do we have to have this conversation when it doesn't matter anymore for this? I see them. Yes, I see them. The threads of fate entwining us, binding us together as strongly as change in mithril. Long have I awaited the coming of one such as you. My apologies, but I want to become excited with the presence of peerless artisans. My name is Ludovant, and I have the honor of tallying skyward scores. In order to accord the greater recognition of our contributors, we have begun keeping records of your contributions to the restoration effort. By donating items that are exceptionally difficult to obtain or craft, you'll earn an amount of skyward points. Now that the reconstruction effort is over, we shifted our focus in collecting essential items necessary for daily maintenance and upkeep. As such, I continue to tally the accumulated scores of our sky builders. Past various point thresholds, and it will be our pleasure to reward you with an assortment of gifts as tokens of our thanks for your efforts. Should you wish to know your current store time, you need to speak with me. If you wish to know more, happy to insist. Report back to please, please, please. There you are. I trust you've got a grasp of how things work around here now. If you're ready to review something, Sky Builder's board is good for that, and if you have a knack for gathering researchers, so then say, that's all from me now, let you run along. Let me just say this, for a famous hero like you to help us on the ground, you're a good sort, Ishnai. Cool. Alright, I'm free. Alright. New day is dawning. Mrs. Ciarfox, Mr. Ciarfox, you come at the most excellent of time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor a short while ago. Would that you have been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Aamic, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander the Temple Knights, and Viscount of the House of Boral, cordially invites Mr. Ciarfox to dine with him at his estate. I'm surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, it is plain the Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? I have to. I would, but I haven't the foggiest idea what to wear. Any thoughts? You would ask me? Well, I'm sure that you, as a personal friend of Sir Aamic, you're at liberty to wear whatever you deem appropriate. That said, I mean... When in doubt, a man of note could do far worse than an Empire coat. At least that's what Lord Emmanuel has been heard to say. I assume the same true holds for Lady... No, it doesn't. When you're ready, pray report to Astrologum. A man of House of Morel will be waiting for you to escort you the rest of the way. And switch to the dress that I haven't, you know, been preparing to have the entire goddamn time. See, it's a cute dress. Of course, it doesn't. I seem to be setting up, you know, outfits that work absolutely not well in, you know, cold, but I mean. Hi. Greetings and well met, Mistress Ciarfox. I have the honor and privilege to serve as head steward of the House of Morel. Though, admittedly, our staff is somewhat smaller than those of other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. You haven't needed to! I dare say a woman of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. I'm betting I won't get a moment's respite in this either. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I am sure. But for this day, we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. It won't last, will it? Hey, Vina Bina! You arrived just in time for my date with Sir Elvic. Which absolutely won't be, you know, interrupted or anything. How you doing? What are we playing?
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
I mean, they're Moogles. What the fuck you think?
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
I mean, glad to entertain you. We could entertain each other in other ways, too. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. Yeah, the Star Rail one was only like a 4-hour one, and that was me faffing about and talking with everybody.
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
I mean, it could get better. It could even get better tonight, though I'm betting we're going to be interrupted. Hi, how are you? Elfo? Elfo. Why not join me on the next? Yeah, come on.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust.
I appreciate. Yep, I am enjoying, and I'm absolutely not flirting with him at all. No, not at all. I didn't set out this specific outfit.
Much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps.
Oh, definitely. Though I do plan on maybe starting the Manderville quest before I end it tonight.
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform.
Sweetie, you don't have to sweet talk me. I'm already willing to go to your bed.
The formation of the Republic is but the beginning. For it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve
Don't
some measure of
don't jinx it,
success,
please.
that I might know the lost did not die in vain.
I
can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead?
I am also blessed by Heidelin and don't understand, you know, any survival aspects. Like,
The question of how best to strengthen
self-preservation doesn't exist.
Of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
You thank me also. Can we stop beating around the bush? Literally and figuratively?
May I ask a personal question?
Yes, let's go. I mean, what?
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
You, upstairs bedroom, now.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
I won't allow you.
News from House Fulton?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden.
Oh, the twin.
Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
Thank you for ruining, you know, my hookup game. Thancred's not like you haven't had enough
You
hookups.
must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
But good thing I'm into my healer form. Can I heal her? Will you let me heal her? Will we pretend that I'm still not healing?
Every ending marks a new beginning.
Who's speaking? Also, I'm not cold.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn. As did she.
Yeah, but who's the fuck talking? Is this an
Only
assay
to
and I
be
don't know?
drawn onto another battlefield, another cause, as
As
if
in-
by fate.
Yeah, if it's another Asian, I don't know, an Asian, some other person that we're gonna have to meet. Because it definitely, we know it's not Edmund. Alright, let me switch back to my other gear. I'm back to the crone witch, you know, crone old witch kind of outfit. So they couldn't get any. Old, bitty old crone.
Yes.
So, where's that doctor?
Is that?
Yes.
Alize, Alphino's twin sister.
Yes, where's the fucking doctor?
She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness.
Oh, shame.
I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one.
We noticed.
Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly.
We noticed.
I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder.
That's better than taking an arrow
It was
to the
only after we had
knee,
made
like
good our
you did.
escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
I don't know, it doesn't seem to be a doctor around. Doesn't seem to be a healer around either.
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood.
Anybody need Esune? I mean, Esuna? Hello? Hi?
We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect.
I repeat, Esuna. Esuna. Literally for
But when
poison.
confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt.
Yeah, fuck, wrong button.
She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous.
Oh, for no, you have nothing to say about not so perilous. You did shit that was perilous too. I just happened to be there to save your ass.
For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister.
Yes. Why are you giving this speech? We understand she's important. Why are we standing around?
To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Well, maybe you should get a goddamn doctor there! That is staring at
Take
him.
heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled Chirurgeons.
That aren't me, apparently.
Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Good.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer.
You didn't say who to come closer. Why not? Okay, fine.
The warriors of darkness are in league with the Ascients. Slaughtering the primals is but the first step in their plan.
Warriors of Darkness and laid with the Ascients? You know, the people that wear dark clothing and disappearing clothes. You know, orbs and things, you know, Darkness, Organization 13. Sorry.
They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her.
Again.
You must stop them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna generally say this. Shouldn't you have said this earlier?
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
So why are we still standing here? Why are we still standing here? Why are we still standing there? Yes, you did miss the date. We didn't get to, go back up to the bedroom because, the world's gonna blue ball us to fucking hell. The fates afforded us time to share our long delayed drink. It would seem the rest of my wine cellar will have to wait, as I'm constantly reminded there's no rest for the righteous. I know, right? However, we may change and grow apart, some bonds are unbreakable. Home, passing. I see you find it. Yet find it passing strange to be greeted in such a manner. Upon assuming the mantle of Count, my lords Aratel. Autorel's first instruction of the members is the greatest friend of House Fortemps is a member of the family. Fist, nothing new. As you well know, where the Lord Admon's formally relinquished his title and name to Lord Artoriel as the new Count. Lord Admon will of course work closely with his eldest to ensure that the transition process is as smoothly as possible, though there are certain to be some struggles. As for Lord Emmanuel, well, he's a knight and he shall be expected to serve as one. And as for those sworn to the House of Fortemps, in addition to knight servants, given our strong position, one might expect us to have no trunk with. Great changes come to our city these past days. The governance of the city now rests in the new hands, to the highborns elected to the House of Lords, and the lowborn elected to the House of Commons. This momentous time in Ishgard's history brings with it a change of the guard. For my Lord Edmond has retired his station as the Count in favor of his elder son. I too consider resigning my post, but my Lord Artoriel expressly forbade it. It seems these old bones will serve the House Fortemps for a few more years. Yeah, the dangerous things are happening. Excuse me while I talk to everybody else. It's fine, she's already at the doctor's. You sat here and had him lay her here for a while without a doctor, so surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust Captain Whitecape and his doctors. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortable reminded how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attentions to a matter whose conclusion we have the power to influence? I mean, murder, yes. Murder, yes. So the Warriors of Darkness and Ascians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning so they might put her to the sword. Ah, it sounds just like, what the Arlians were doing. The mega weapon. I think when we first encountered them in Lothnoth, when they were confronting Iva gods, has that been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? Send me in to do whatever needs to be done, right? There's much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Aleze risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Ishnai, will you accompany me to Zaf and help me stop the Ixil's ritual? But why are we adding we into this? I'm the one that's going to stop it. Given that Ishgard has shares a border with the Ixian homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We've been willing to suffer the Beastman's intrusions to the Coral Lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. I mean, they've been doing it for a bit! You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Zeftor are now easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. Gestures most appreciated, Sir Elmec, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and Ixian dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me we can only conceivable approach is by land. Unless, like, you know, she has this, you know, swirly, whirly, whirl thing that we have to use, you know, the Enterprise for. Crossed by way of the mountains east of the Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I will send instructions for a contingent of camp knights to place at your disposal. They will secure your passage through the mountains and escort you there, hence. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the XL. You shall be glad of your assistance, Lord Edmont. Yeah, but having them so close, I mean, they could be tempered, and we don't want them tempered. So leave them alone. Let us stay back. Even in the event that Mistress Ali regains her consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Furies watch over and keep you safe. Let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. I shall send word to the acting camp commander at Camp Dragonhead of your imminent arrival. Who knows, this may even spur me to nominate a permanent replacement. I've been putting off this task far too long. I can understand why. It was your son. Yep. Still response for that. Alright, I had a thought and it jumped away from me. Right. I was hoping to get my Dark Knight up. So that it'd be 50 so I could do the Manderville quest. The Dark Knight, just as a joke. I think that was what I was planning on. Is having a moment. Having a moment. I know I'm having a moment. If we say it a bit louder, I'm having a moment. Alphino. Everything you require, excellent. The entrance to the pass north of Talon and due east to Camp Dragonhead. Though it's normally guarded by the score of Ixian warriors, have been informed the House Fatant Knights have already dispatched them. They open, we need but to walk. Walk? Walk? What do you think about walking? Bitch, we fly! We have everything we have in hand here, miss. No need to worry. And I must say what an honor it is to work with you, miss. Breathe, boyo. Beyond Ixian territory, we lower guard at our peril. Beyond this gate lies the trail which leads us to Zavavava. According to my map, it looks like to be a relatively straightforward route, albeit one through exceedingly dangerous territory. I mean, I've seen worse. This was Ciarfox. Master Alphino, see the gates are ours. Be advised, our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something. Won't anyone interfering? I mean, really, we already know what they're up to. Ready to escort you to and sees fit. Enemy will be thick on the ground. Upon arriving, let us advance with the care. We search for the site of the summoning ritual. If gods are good, we should only contend with the Ixian, but if they are not, we'll be forced to do battle with the warriors of darkness. Or they could get to it before we do, and as soon as we arrive, they're like, ha, you were too slow, and therefore, yeah. It's... Die! Ay. Poor Alphino is still a arcanist rather than, you know, something like a summoner or something. Bird! Item falling on top of me!
Focus. Release!
I had a thought. I guess I'm gonna lose a bit of that kind of stuff because I didn't realize I was overfilled with that. Oh well. The poetics. I mean, I just started. I could always, you know.
Away with you!
Away with her! Running. Ew, it's with those toads! Bugs I can deal with, those toads are not. Yeah. The licks. I don't like the licking.
Focus. Release!
Okay, there we go. Da 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Ba. New path opens. It's over if we're crushed. Let's proceed. Falling rocks to add to the danger. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Is that a balloon on his back? Sorry, I'm reading aloud what Alphino just said. We just do a Hohoken. Or Falcon Punch or something. That a bit backwards.
Focus. Release!
Hi, Ardwolf, how are you? Yeah, I heard somebody else was saying that there's a whole bunch of stuff between being ready for when the next expansion comes out. Fortified the very cave. For fish. Fish. All the fish.
Focus. Release!
I know that they're adding the things up to level 100, but does that include things of the land and hand? Okay. New fish. New fish. So you're going to, I don't know, get all the fish that exist in this? Probably not the result. Let's say, even when I like games, sometimes I don't. That kind of thing seems a bit much. Gate. Yeah, I agree. I can always listen to a podcast or something in the background. Key. So, I mean, if you really look at these imposing gates, it's not like I could go over here and, you know, climb the motherfucking thing to get through the gate, but I mean, not like I couldn't, like, grab one of these torches and literally throw it up against the gate and it won't, you know, still be a gate. Siege Gobi. Siege Gobi. The you know, their deaths were connected to the drawbridge somehow. I do.
For the House of Levia! Away with you!
Right. Make sure I'm not knocked into anything on low. Um... Yeah, I don't do the get high thing. Maybe if I got drinks again, I might, you know, get drunk, but I mean, I haven't done that yet either. So, there is a debate, and the key of this debate is whether one of the times just to see me, see how annoyed I get is do a drunk stream that I'm doing PvP. See how annoyed I get.
Focus. Release!
Gonna wreck them? When I'm drinking and doing PvP? No, I'm just gonna absolutely try and disconnect myself from the fact that PvP annoys the fuck out of me. I'll find amusing things in little things, not all things. That's how I'll keep my sanity on the matter. Oh, there. It's like, the fuck, airstone? The fuck? Good that you leave behind a relic that will help me get further. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. This is gonna be appreciated. Running low on gold? We're real and truly in the sky now. I mean, I guess. Hi.
Away with you!
Yep. The squall of a lark. So, with that about a teeth on the face... Can't be back on solid ground soon enough. We can't allow the summoning. Apparently I pissed off, you know, the crows and like had them attack me and all this other stuff, and really should have, you know, paid attention to Alfred Hitchcock and all this other stuff. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. From the Mighty Wrath Bruta. I mean, you keep summoning her, but you're not keeping her, apparently. action! Hi. All right.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught.
Is it?
But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the Primal without us.
You were slow. As they walk towards us menacingly, step by step.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
You know, as an archer, you should have could tell the difference between a female and a male. I know they're kind of similar.
What is your game? Leading us a long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No, no. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
I think we'll do just fine.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy!
Oh, you are hearing!
So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you. If you just stand still.
Inky, but no.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we?
Would we?
You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
You finished with this banter?
While you were idly consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Well, it's not cleaning his axe.
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here.
Yay?
You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
I mean, we've only found this out, like, in the past few chapters, but yes. But since this is all known by everybody, apparently, that the way you're
Across 10
talking...
and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Good it isn't like Kingdom Hearts levels of 7 and...
Just so.
7
One
and
of those
13
reflections,
and...
the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light.
Once.
But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself.
Wicked white.
Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Does it sound like he's lying? Does it sound like he is a character that can lie particularly well?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the Source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
Yeah, but it'll destroy both worlds in the process.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking.
Uh-huh.
You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
Why are you asking me that question? You should know the answer. Yes, because it's my world. I'm gonna do whatever it fucking takes too. What, you expect me to back down the fuck down because of it? Other years. Yeah.
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
You're on, Jay. Oh, right here, no, nary pin from the Birdman. Last I could really easy. As accustomed we are to fighting the Ixal, it isn't every day we charge into their stronghold. I mean, I seem to do it daily. Well fought indeed, Lord Edmond. Would you please learn well as according facts? Things considered, we should be grateful to survive that encounter. I could have taken them in a fight. Also in other ways, but I mean, come on. You think it to be true that save their world, they must bring you into ours? I mean to hit that again. Save their world, they must bring you into ours? No, not. It matters not. Such wanting destruction is beyond justification. Is it, though? Whatever the reason, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can appraise Lord Edmond of our success. We the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition is improved. You may take a moment to yourself if you wish. I'll be at the congregation. Before I forget. Shire to buy a few things. Out of curiosity. I'm having a think. I'm having a think about. Scary, I know. According to to have that, I throw some things into the hat. The N, the N. Any win. Into the. All right, thank you, Vina, for the raid. I hope you sleep well, hon. Not put. I thought I did. Being Captain Oblivious, probably. Alright, I didn't. That is so ugly. I'm actually probably gonna pull that out. That. That looks so stupid. Don't overthink this, don't overthink this, don't overthink this. Stop, 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 stop! You just stuff off the screen, the whole. We're gonna start the Mandeville stuff as soon as we. Your deeds have scattered the dark clouds that loomed over Ishgard. On my oath, we don't squander the bright future you've won for us. It brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Ishnai. What news from the. Then we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. I mean, it's not to say that they won't do it after we get leave, you know. As for we who remain behind, Mistress Y'shtola has been tending to Mistress Alize in your absence, and I'm pleased to report she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Don't worry, her condition is much improved. She's a resilient one, much like her brother, and just as stubborn.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. They told me you had departed for Zelfatol while I was still abed. I slept much better knowing that. Thank you.
I did shit.
I take it your mission was a success.
I don't know.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
Maybe. Desperate people cling to desperate things.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
Because she thought she could. And do it safely.
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
Fun.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but if these warriors of darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods.
And drain Heidelin more and more and more.
And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power, death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
I wonder why.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the warriors of darkness reap the harvest. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
Not wrong.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes.
Oh, who'd have thunk?
If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Yeah, but I think they figured out that we figured that
Agreed.
out.
Kral and I shall journey to Zelphatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
A bit, a lot, yeah. My two boys from the harem are getting along
Let us
well.
consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
I know you're a red mage, but you are still getting over being poisoned.
But Alize, you...
She'll kick your ass. She knows stabby stabby more.
You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Why am I agreeing with this?
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
Run. Run! Why haven't you given Thancred a new outfit? Since he, had to put that one together. Would I be right in assuming you've not spoken with my sister since one of the memorial services, was it? No, I talked to her before about a different raid thing. By the 12, that seems like a lifetime ago. I should think we both have grown since then. Talked to her about raiding, the Bahamut things. Apologies for keeping you waiting. Right then, shall we off? Tataru never ceases to impress me, though for one moment I feared she might have furnished you with an identical outfit. Prior to 12, she did not. Mother and father were too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember the time at the studio where that girl of yours crept up behind me and whispered, "Sister, please, she was not my..." Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? You... Oh, so you did have romances. Tell me all about it. Let's go to our little corner and, you know, absolutely have girl talk. Please. This is an honorious that I realize we were barely acquainted, but to have so much... heard so much about you, it hardly feels that way. Girl talk, come on! I've been meaning to ask you about the carriage. Ah yes, the carriage that so fortuitous arrived to spirit us away from Udall after the banquet. The driver informed me that I had a sister to thank for his presence in Udall. How did you know to send help? Oh, drunken brass blades are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, it was too late to do anything more. Frankly, I'm still amazed that Vermont managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different. More resolute than we last met. She's become a red mage. I think she's fine. You have the looks of a woman who's ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. What, she didn't before? To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor do I pretend to have found myself or anything such thing. I am here today because I would regret if I weren't. That is all. I mean, that's a way of putting it. Fair enough. Let us depart for the Waking Sands then, and if your Orange can be assistance. Anyways, since it's asking for healers. Why am I running there? I don't know. Why are you? Huh? Taking my time, you know, the huge. Oh, right. I have a teleport there. Fucking use this goddamn ticket. Hi, Ariange. I'm looking more and more like the old crone that, you know, has been through too much shit and is still having to do more shit. Also, the old crone that was called away from her date to go kill a primal. This old crone's very unhappy. Ariange, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphino, would that the scholar have seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming? What bringeth thee and thine to here this day? The warrior darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. Hey, I'm not sure if we told him about the warriors of darkness yet, but we're now explaining it to him. I too have heard tales in recent days of primals beings raised up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, though thou didst observe, this seventh but spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast crystals, tribes crystals, and take the direct action to prevent any further summoning from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Exil's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere of which we have no knowledge. Though we're wise to come hither, for this very day I did receive tidings most troubling against the Strait of Murthol. O Golomoth, stirrest, and there was whispers of the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Meek rumors, mark thou, but in the lights of thy own discoveries, thou can ill afford to turneth a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook. Ishnai? Cool, yep. Thank you for your counsel, Irange. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother. Irange, is there anything else you'd like to say? Alize? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you're normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke how Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I've heard tell of a promising tomes, the Gree-Run Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. She knows. She knows. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. Yeah. She knows he's been reading, but I absolutely totally did not forget that I was, you know, in, totally didn't forget that I was fucking in, oh my god, heart attack. wrong button. There we go. There we go. Two signs of the same coin. I think I'm just gonna start the Manderville quest now. Technically, I have two Manderville quest lines to do: the AR game, and then I guess the end of this expansion, the Heaven's Ward. First, we go ahead and rise and fall of a gentleman. Yep, okay. I already have a Phoenix down. Old acquaintance of Wamon is at wit's end. Business will help her. I've heard you've been as busy as a bee. Seems half the whispers that come my way were related to your comings and goings. I know, right? Being the active type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? Before that, have I asked? Let me ask, have you ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? Yes. Oi, you don't mean you knew the bugger? I knew he thought himself famous, but that didn't make it true. Shame that he had to go and get himself killed. And all that nonsense about stopping Dalma and himself? What in the seven hells was he thinking? The fuck? At least it was mercifully quick. Still, judging from the depths of the crater, he must have fallen from an unfathomable height. God knows what was going through his mind as he watched the ground rush up to meet him shudder. Amazing how well the body was preserved, though. Hells, it's amazing there is a body left to bury at all. I have the reason to bring this up. Ah, right. So Nasho, Hildebrand's erstwhile assistant, has become an investigator in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass, a bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at the wit's end, I want to help. The thing is, I prefer not to meddle in the affairs of living. Zombies are the most definitely... prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living. Zombies are definitely not my forte. So if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lend her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. Oh look, I'm going back to Drybone Camp. Who'd have thunk? I'm never leaving there. Y'all ready for a whirlwind? Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. She is of the... I was just... by her last name, she is of Keeper of the Moon. Ah, you there. Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me? What? Ah, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Natsu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. At least that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildebrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter how the mystery, you could always find this... count on the inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. Save us all. He flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he... Oh no, the migraine, the headache, the migraines. This is all a joke, a big funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise! Had you fooled, eh?" And we laugh and laugh. Hildebrand Manderville bloat its son. They say no one remembers the Warriors of Light, their names, their faces, oh god. I remember you, Inspector. No, Gentleman Hero Hildebrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. Or what? Changing in front of the changing in front of the stone. I, Nasu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. I don't know what kind of voice I'm gonna do for her, but I'm figuring it out as I go. I told myself, well, Nasu, there must be a leader, a head zombie who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him. Again, that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is or how to find him. But now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you could try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go where those dapper zombies were last seen in southern Thailand, you might find them. Then you could become their friend and ask to meet with their leader. Yes, I'm sure that will work. Yes, I'm sure that will work. I never tried making friends with a zombie, but I don't see why it would be hard. You just use one clap. Maybe. Hey, Apocalypse! Just moan, groan, and pretend to be dead. But I do that all the time, and it hasn't helped me before, so why would it help me now? The Fate corpse ride in style, but I mean, doesn't look like it's available right now, and I am unhappy about that fact. Thousand times. Okay. Why? How? What? I'm confused. this way then. And I will sit right here for a second. And I'm gonna grab something to drink. While this, I guess, loads in, whatever. Be right back, y'all. I'm gonna state here that it's rather stupid that this is involving, you know, a fate. Uh... Okay, here it is. Okay. My gentleman yet? I don't know. Didn't have to wait too long for that. Neither a gentleman nor a zombie. Yeah, I'm not. But I am a gentleman and a scholar. Keep making jokes on that line. How this thing works. Getting back the groove of this. I did not mean to do that. Oops! Curious parchment. Alright. Back to Camp Dry Bones! Woo! Did you find the zombies? You did? That's wonderful! I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me. You'll see. Now tell me, what did you learn? Written upon this map is a flamboyant, flowing hand. The words, a gentleman is rather than does. Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends? That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Sogoli Desert. There's a spot marked here at the south. It looks like something's written here. A gentleman is rather than does. Sort of reminds me of, well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes this assistant. Onwards to Sogolia. Ready there, but I mean. Ba 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 la ba ba. Ba 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 la ba 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 ba. Hi. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I guess we call them out and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike. I don't think that means we're coming in peace. A gentleman is rather than does. Who summons the gentle deadman? They live, and we hunger. We hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. I don't know what accent I'm going with on this. I'll figure it out as I go. My gentlemen, spare these two fair ladies your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harness them no more. Do I do a plantation southern accent so people can hear that so much for me? I mean, good to be a posh British accent, I guess, for other people. I'm just going with this. Look up in the sky! Look, it's a bird! No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector! We hear and we obey. Anyway, I was thinking about doing Warstaff kind of sound for him, but I'm not very good at that. It is you! It really is you! I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand! Hildebrand? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombiebrand, Devourer of Brains, extremely undead overlord extraordinaire. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for him. Haven't decided yet. What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord. You're a gentleman inspector. Inspector overlord. Inspector overlord. Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry. I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours. Stay your hand, my lady. You know not what you do. I think she knows perfectly what she's doing. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more than like to liquefy my... If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying. See, even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... The O-face. I'm not touching him. Normally, I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. He remembers me! Inspector Hildebrand remembers me! Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I don't quite remember is how I came to be here. Oh good, I will answer that for you. With my mind. The rise! I wasn't, the tales of my death were extremely blown, overrated. I'm getting that line incorrect. Brains. The tales of my death were greatly exaggerated. Is that it? Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... Yeah, you slew Bahamut. Well done. What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? Hi. Put it here, there. You died. Oh, shame. Yeah, come join the zombies. You have impressed them. I've impressed them enough to join them. I, Hildebrand, agent and inquiry inspector extraordinaire, have awoken at last. I always knew you'd come back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine lady be? Perhaps she be one of my many in my... No. 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 But what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears, this dizziness. Could it be a case? I literally wasn't able to finish that because I had that in my inventory. Cool.
Amazing, isn't it? He wasn't dead. He was just badly injured and needed to hibernate. I didn't even know people could do that.
Madly concussion will outweigh Inspector Hildebrand is true calling. Verily, it could not be else. Where somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heats. Ha ha! The Sangoli Desert. I bet my life on it. Which means Uda is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that din of inquiry so violently trigger my keen investigator senses. Fear not, law-abiding citizen. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil. Let's go.
Which way did he go, Ishnai? Did you see? Oh dear, I've got to find it. I gotta change my outfit too.
He went to Uda.
Hi.
Beg your pardon, you wish to question me as to the whereabouts of a deviant running around town and dressed in rags. Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts. We're not talking about perverts, we're talking about somebody who's criminally insane. I know those aren't mutually exclusive, but I mean... What, you looking for a half-naked hireling who likes to catch criminals? If I think I remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him he's to do something about the goddammit duelist. Me mate's pal cousin's best friend's lost his blade the other day to that bastard. But was it your second cousin somewhere along in there? Sorry lass, but if that's information you want, you best be served by going to Wymont. Only rumors I've heard of this weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist or so I hear. But you don't allow your opponents to refuse. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... That's... Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Oh, look! We're back here with you! I take it you've dealt with the zombie problem, eh? So, do tell. Just why were they dressed up like dandies? Waymon! Hey, Waymon! Oh, mighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen and they've walked in the streets of Udall. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, the reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. Ha! Okay, so no, that was a specific line and I messed up.
It's true, he's not a zombie. I checked.
Ew. I mean, besides blowing him up. Ew? You do seem hale and healthy, which begs the question, how the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why, question divine providence. I mean, true, I mean, I am main protagonist, so if it applies to somebody else. What matters is that Eorzean's champion has returned, and and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Waymon is without a single thread of info, even one dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden who said her most... This knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I should fly to her side at... Why, if it isn't the lady from Sangoli? A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you two seek the belligerent duelist. No. Capital! It would be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of the wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nesu, we must away. Look, I'm all for battle of the wits, but I'm quite sure I am currently against an unarmed opponent. I liked her other outfit. Damn, Hildy. I ain't told you the lass's name yet. Probably knowing by how this works with him is he, stumble upon it. Divine Providence way. After her own heart. Well, Ishnai might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. Well, I'm all for disappointing people. That's my existence. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. I was gonna say, she's the woman's, the woman for the Weaver's Guild. Told me where to stick it when I asked her if she wanted to join the Crystal Braves. So, the taste of finer things in life. Safe to say you'll be getting her fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspector. But I'm not an inspector! You say inspecting inspector, that's the other guy that's an inspector. And you need like a license for inspecting? Because I don't... Inspector be inspecting spec. Build. Yeah, I have a license. Except when I don't, and then I have to go through, I'll have to go through all the hoops to get it. My pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the what? I swear to you here and now, I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall scour all of creation from the deepest pits of hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens for your pure heart.
What he said.
And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. I want her to step on me. I mean, now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent to be taken from me. I am certain I had it when I left home the other day, after I browsed the lace fashions in sun silk and took a match at the Colosseum. I realized it was gone. Though in the time the location of the thefts are unknown, essential details without which we cannot solve the case. But there is one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact the fateful day in the fateful day's excursion to the sun silk tapestries. Yes, he is insane. Don't look at me like that. What monster would steal my pure heart? I don't know. Same monster that you know would be so rude as to not join the Crystal Hearts. Crystal Braids, excuse me. Where am I going? Killer Moon. I don't know. Are you sure this is going to help? I don't know what accent I'm doing with her anymore. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but you insist. I ponder whether or not to purchase a new dress. When a man approached me, confessed his undying love. What sort of man tells that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken back. I dropped my purse in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled. If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as the most unusual happening. In any case, it appears completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Somebody were trying to get your attention. Right. Ah, yeah, so this is where the... Yes, cat, you want pets? I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way! Conspicuous crates. Yeah, nothing is important there. The crate is looking at me funny. Are they like following you around like... You following her around kind of like Metal Gear style, except worse? You know there are spells that actually can make you invisible. Where could my pure heart be? Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating on which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken back. I whirled around and struck the man in the face with my purse. In shock. Not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 6 pounds, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. 120 pounds? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which precisely is why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. Right. There sure are a lot of crates in Udall. At the Weavers Guild, at sun-soaked tapestries, and here too. Thank you for not pointing it out, game. Stand back. I'm on the verge of unraveling this mystery. I must be allowed to focus. It have to be in that... Have to be in that, you know... Have to be in that, you know, sit-ups... I mean, sitting set. The thinking pose. Now, these crates are everywhere, Ishnai. I wonder what's inside. But I don't see how we can... open... Of course! I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun. I mean, yes. I have some gifts. Perspiring men. Oh, God, have mercy! There is no God. Wow, there are people in there? I guess that explains the breathing. Isn't that Yellow Moon's pure heart? Inspector! Oh, Inspector, look! At the heart of every crime rests a single unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professed his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and a man, resenting her prowess while recognizing his weakness. He carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart. Inspector! We found the pure heart. These strange men were sneaking around town and wooden crate had it. Now, what do you think? We're not thieves. We're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm. And should she misplace an item from time to time, we collect it for safekeeping. Nothing untoward. Of course not. I don't believe you. You deviants were behind all the thieves? All this time you've been stalking me? What nerve? Ah, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. You know what? I don't want her to step on me anymore. You can have her. Goddess, devotees, but of course, I would have you inspect these 3 crates. That I had you inspect those crates was the stroke of genius indeed. As I was indicating but moments ago, these fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts, as those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you forget, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation were as great as you claimed, you should have deduced that those buffoons in the boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I am a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name's Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume? You're looking well for a dead man. If you'd like to be one of the duelist victims, I'll introduce you with pleasure. You would be so willing to share such precious information with me? Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Where the hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet! That's just him. That's just them. That's just them. That's just them. This is how you deal with him. And that you don't. Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim. Really? I mean, I'm just here. I don't know why I'm continuing this facade, but I mean, I'm just here. Suppose just since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. A friend is an overly simplified way of putting it. I'm just here for the entertainment. He's entertaining me. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. I look forward to seeing how the good inspector chooses to handle this case. Must needs soon. Okay, that's a name. It's all the way up there. Going back to Drybone Camp, huh? Who'd have thunk? Once again, raining here! I repeat, it seems to rain here more than I swear in this fucking forest. Desert? Nah. Hi. I am Humphrey, and you are depressed. Sorry, wrong joke. At last I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I've told you're the victim of the marauding duelist. Me? Victim? How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. You mean you won? That's amazing! Well, it was nothing compared to what I faced in Cartano. Magic to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us, stuck in the middle with Master Lu. We were core. He was dab in hand with old magic. He was. Tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can That man is no warrior of light. I know, right, Ellie? Tell him, Elazar. Tell him how he lost and surrendered a sword which was not his own. Liar! Scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with me father's soap blade. Bid him to take it to the smithy for restoration. Even gave him gil to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging for forgiveness for losing it in a duel. As if that's not enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding whore, son. Look at me! Me flowing locks, golden locks are no more. I've gone bald from the stress and a heart attack. I swear everything holy in your face a reckoning if you don't bring your back to me. Alright. He beat the shit out of me and took me old man's sword. I used the gil to pay for the doctor, but I have no idea where he or the sword is. Oh, surprise, surprise. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to protect you, to help you with problems of your own making? You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Elazar's flowing golden locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he has wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. Do all inspectors dress like that? I've never met one before, so I wouldn't know what to expect. They don't. Trust me. That blade was rare and an ancient relic. You can't possibly think you'll recover it so easily. You hear about your lonesome? Might fix that for a... I mean, sweeties. Thank you, but no. Swords. Oh, I haven't got the focus about that. That traveling merchant Jojo Pon is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left. I haven't seen a pickaxe lying around here, have you? My oaf of a husband's out drinking with his friends and... Oh, take that bloody pickaxe. I should have married a merchant. Yet, what drives this man to always claim his opponent's weapon? Pride? No, it must be deeper than that. He's looking for the correct weapon. That boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Elazar of a priceless family heirloom. Just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. These and tricksters, the lot of them. And yeah, I'm not one. It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Elazar a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace in his final days, could it be so wrong? Elazar's sword wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. Worship. Hi, merchant. How you doing, merchant? I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone. Although I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe. This presents a quandary. Though I'm loath to deceive an honorable man like Elazar, a well-intended ruse might put may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, while we continue to search for the genuine article. Well, if there's a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk of Camp Drybone. You should endeavor to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me. I say we will search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. In the rain. Forgive me, I can contain myself no longer. What kind of fool parades around in an outfit like that? Was he some sort of mummer? Close. It did involve the dead. It did involve the dead. Go inspect. No, yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to end the stream for tonight. I am getting tired, and I have a headache coming along. I can feel it. I'm going to take some medicine for it, but oi. I know who we're going to torture. Alright, y'all, this was Ishnai Ciarfox. I hope you have a good day or night, whenever it is, wherever it is you currently are. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'm gonna torture somebody and hopefully keep him here on reading, streaming for a bit longer. 'Cause I'm a good person like that.
Let me get out of here before I become like public enemy number 1500.
Oh, wait, he's finishing.
Is there anything else I have to say?
Ha, ha, wait, no, do it.